Hello, everyone. I'm coming to you today for the purpose of talking about sowing and reaping. Uh, in a message from Billy Graham, he talked about how that when you sow, which has to do with planting seed for people that don't know anything about farming, you sow, you plant seed, and then when you reap, you harvest. In other words, months later, you reap a harvest, and uh, it's when you sow something, whether good or bad, when you do something good or bad, it's not immediately that you reap what you sow. And it's usually years later when you reap what you sow. So if you do something good and you plant that good seed in the ground, then when you're older, you reap what you sowed and you reap good. And according to Billy Graham, you reap more than what you sowed. It's kind of like a seed planted in the ground. You get back a plant months later or sometime later that has many times on that plant what you planted in that one seed. The same as with sowing and reaping. You plant that good or bad seed, and when you're older, sometime later, you reap what you sowed and you reap more than what you sowed. It says in, see, what scripture is this? This is Hosea chapter 10, verse, uh, verse 12. It says, sow for yourself righteousness, reap steadfast love, break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord, that he may come and rain righteousness upon you. If you sow for yourself righteousness, just turn it into a prayer. Lord, I ask that you help me to sow for myself righteousness. It says here that you will reap steadfast love, which is wonderful. It's something positive in your life. And break up your fallow ground. It's time to seek the Lord. Also ask the Lord to help you to seek the Lord when you pray each morning about this. The sowing and reaping is something that definitely happens. It's not something you change. The way Billy Graham put it is there are people that sow their wild oats and then they go to church on the weekend praying for a crop failure, but that crop comes in anyway. You sow those bad seeds, and sometime later in your life you reap bad things because you sowed bad seeds. Even if you pray for a crop failure, you still sow those seeds that you planted. So my advice to you and to anyone that's watching this is that as you sow good seeds, you can ask the Lord to help you to cultivate empathy and compassion for others. Ask the Lord to help you to perform kind acts for others. And when you sow seeds like that, or just pray about this, sowing righteousness and everything, pray about that too. And it will help you to reap a harvest of good things and love and mercy and all kinds of good things when you're older, as to opposed to reaping a harvest of bad things when you're older, which is something you very likely don't want to do. We all know about investments and about how when you invest when you're young, uh, you can have a bigger return when you're older. Well, what you invest is money, and it's not either good or bad. The love of money is bad, but money's not either good or bad. But when you invest it, it's when you're older that you reap most of the profits because over a period of time it builds. It's the same thing with sowing and reaping. When you sow something, either good or bad, it builds over a period of time, and then you reap. You reap that very same thing you sowed, either good or bad, and you reap more than what you sowed. I'm sorry, I'm a little repetitive, but God bless you guys, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.